it's very important for us as a musicians and as guys who want to be better and better every time we delivering another album.
Welcome to the Dreams of Consciousness podcast. If you'd be so kind, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, my name is Greg Luzar, and I'm a leader and founder of the band Wingless. also play the guitar, and I'm responsible for lyrics and whole concept of the band. So there it is.
And Greg, how would you describe the music of Wingless?
What can I say? We are death doom metal band, but in the early stage of development, the band's music oscillated more around the cutting edge of modern metal. The passage of time, our compositional style has gradually shifted towards classic death and doom metal, which is boldly apparent within the first moments of our career. So at the moment, we are pure death doom metal band. So that's it.
And when you describe your earlier albums as modern metal, what do you mean by that? What made those albums modern?
So the music on the first two albums was not as dark and gloomy as it is now. There were not so many death metal influences. The vocal parts were largely clean. There were not so many growling parts, rather more screams. Time passed. I wanted to go back to the roots, the music I grew up on, which is death and doom metal. So when the previous vocalist Olaf was kicked out from the band Psy, our current vocalist was the first person I wanted to work with in the band. So this change gave a new chapter in our history, and it was fresh blood and so-called second breath for the band. So that's all.
This original version of Wingless, more modern and had more melody and gothic elements to it. Was it a lot of the collaborative process between you and the former vocalist Olaf?
You know, I don't want to talk about the past so much. So I want to focus on the previous record and upcoming album. So there was many reasons that Olaf, our ex singer, was kicked out. So let's stay with silence about it. Okay.
Sure, but I'm just curious, not specific to the vocalist, but to the music, because you wrote that music as well, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And so, as far as the metal, the modern sound that you had on those first three albums, I'm assuming that that was that was your responsibility mostly, right?
Yes, mostly all the music was written by me in the past, so now too. But Olaf arranged some of the vocal parts, not all his vocal parts. And Triada was probably groundbreaking material for us. And after recording Triada, something was changed, especially between me and Olaf, and that was groundbreaking album and probably turning point for the band. You know.
So after the Triada album, change of drummer
Mhm.
and a new vocalist, Michael, did you consider also changing the name of the band?
No, 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 no. Wingless is a name which is very connected with me and my point of view, and I don't think about changing the name of the band and finding something new. So it was never. We never think about it.
And so with Nonconform, the album that you released in 2021, you had a change in lineup and as well as a change in sound. Let's start with the lineup. Where did you meet the new members, your new drummer and your current vocalist?
If we talk about Piotr, the new member and our drummer, Piotr joined to the band in 2018, and we are from the same environment in Krakow. I'm in the local metal scene, so we knew each other from the past. And when our ex-drummer Paweł left the band, I talked with Piotr and I asked him about his collaboration with us, and he said okay, and that's the whole story. And we talk about Michał Xailorans. So long story short, I knew Michał since 2012. He arrived to Krakow from Warsaw, and I want to make logo for the Wingless, and I was looking for a guy who made the logotype, and I asked Michał in that time through the MySpace website if he would be made this logotype for Wingless. He said okay. He made the logo. We met one and another one time, and we became friends. So after all these years, I knew Michał, and I knew that we are the guys who are really connected. And I think Michał is a great vocalist. His growling parts are very huge, and we have a very good relation between us and chemistry between the band. So I know the current lineup is very well and fine.
So basically, in a nutshell, you met Michał Xai because he designed your logo for you. When did you find out that he could do death metal vocals?
At that time, I knew that he trying sing in other bands in Krakow, so it was a natural decision that he still collaborating with his band Redemptor.
He's the vocalist for Redemptor.
That's right. So I know that he will be able to do all the best for Wingless.
From
How do you write songs for Wingless?
So the process is very simple for us. Hmm. We used software for pre-production preparation. Since the recording of Non-Conform album, our previous record, we have been trying to be prepared for the sessions as best as we can. So pre-production give us more control over all the material we will be recording. When we enter the studio and start the recording session, we are 100 prepared. And if we talk about the process of composing, all the guitar riffs, the guitar parts, guitar tracks are made by me. When all is created by me, I send it to Piotr, our drummer. He preparing all drum parts using drum machine in his house, and when all is done, the last element is Xai and his arrangements of vocal parts. So that's the whole story.
So you do the riff writing and the arranging on your own, and then Piotr does some drum programming also in the software, and then by the time XI hears the songs, they're basically done.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the album that you'll be releasing soon. The fifth Wingless album is called Ascension, and it will be released on the 26th of April through Self Made God Records.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start working on this album?
It's over almost 2 years ago. We started the first riffs, first chat about writing process and stuff like that.
Did you go into this album wanting to do anything different from Nonconform, the previous album?
Oh, definitely. The new album contains a lot of elements that either were not there as much before or are of better quality. There are more guitar solos, for example. The bass plays more actively in arrangements, and we have the best drum parts in our history, I think. The material is heavy and dark, but there are also a lot of memorable riffs. So it's very important for me. It might sound like a cliche because everyone says so, but you will see for yourself that it's true. We also have the best production so far, I think. The mix and master is killer and very organic, and I like it. So what can I say more?
Yeah. Even with the change in style between Triada to Nonconform, do you also feel that in the new Death Doom version of Wingless, you want the music to keep changing from album to album?
Yes, I think from album to album, we are still in progressing process, and it's very important for us as a musicians and as guys who want to be better and better every time we delivering another album. So I think this process is never ending, and until we have enough ideas, and process of writing is not a problem for us in every time. So I think the best is before us.
With the Wingless concept that you have, is there anything musically that you wouldn't do for Wingless?
Uh, I don't I don't think so.
Do you feel it's very open to different influences and a lot of experimentation?
You know, if you we are open of, or that's fine, and I think the influences are in our music just like the other bands is. So I don't really think so that influences from other groups or other musical styles are dominating in our music. We have our own ideas, and we want to create something fresh and something which will be doing less music and our own.
Where did you end up recording this album?
The album was recorded between June and November 2023 at Studio 67. Was produced by me, mixed and mastered by Dominik Burzym at the same studio. Dominik was sound engineer. He recorded all the tracks, guitars, bass, vocals, and of course drum parts. So.
And Dominik is somebody that you worked with on all your other albums as well, right?
That's right.
What do you like about working with Dominik?
We know each other from many years, and I know what is the best in Dominik, and he know what is the best in me inside when we start recording sessions. So I don't want to change recording studio, and until the fruits of our work are very satisfied for us and for him. We feel that we want to continue our cooperation in the future. And as you may know, this new album is probably the best production in our history. And I'm very happy that we achieve something like that, and this production and this whole stuff made by the band and with Dominik, with his skills, probably is the best for us. And so I don't want to change him in near future.
So you said that this album Ascension is the best production that you guys have had. What made the sound on this album so special? What did you want Dominik to bring to the sound this time?
On the previous album, Nonconform, we were very close to Swedish death metal sound. A lot of noisy bass guitar sound, a lot of dirt and stuff like that. But this time, I want to change. I want to change some elements in our sound and our concept. So the main goal I had was to reference iconic productions from Morrisound Studio, Florida. Production such as Covenant by Morbid Angel and The Bleeding, for example, Cannibal Corpse. I'm just talking about the sound and production. So, I wanted to contain the same spirit, rebellion, anger, and write the best song I can with the best riff. So that will stay in the listener's memory for a long time. And Dominik, with his work, very close catch my idea and my whole concept. So I think it will be the 100% in this new material.
I'm putting
mentioned Swedish death metal was an influence on the sound of the last album, and some of the classic Florida recordings was an influence on this album. Are there any Polish bands that you look up to or whose sound that you like?
Yeah, so of course the old materials and old records from Polish death metal legend Vader. So De Profundis. If you know this record, is probably one of the huge inspiration for us. Of course, whole the whole drum parts from Docent practically for us is like a religion. Black to the Blind from Vader, Sotis, that's the classical albums. And on the other hand, we have Polish thrash metal band Kat, with his classic albums like Metal and Hell or Oddech Wymarłych Światów or Bastard. So Kat and Vader was probably the most important band in our musical path.
So we're having this conversation a few weeks before the album is released, but by the time the episode comes out, the album will already be out. Do you guys have any plans to do any festivals or any tours over the summer?
So at this moment, we haven't any plans, but probably after holidays in September, we will play at one Polish festival. But at this moment, I can say that we can say our appearance at this event. So at this moment we haven't any plans to gigs, but still we are working on it.
So by the time people hear this episode, Essential will be out through Self-Made God Records. Greg?
Yes?
Please tell listeners how they can order this album. What's the best way to get the album?
Okay, so if you want to order album, you can visit our label Self-Made God Records website. The address is www.selfmadegod.com. You can order upcoming album, Ascension, and of course you can buy previous record called Nonconform, some merch, as I remember. Feel free to order and support the band.
Do you want to say anything about the physical release and the merch that Self-Made God is creating for this album?
I know that Karol, the owner of Self-Made God, made physical version, and it will be a digital version out too. But as I know, he will be sell the t-shirts too.
I think he's putting out a CD for this, right?
Yes.
If people want to follow Wingless online and get updates on what you guys are up to, what's the best way to do that? What's the best way to follow you online?
The best way is visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/wingless official. You can follow us on Instagram and our account Wingless official at Instagram. You can visit our Bandcamp account and of course YouTube channel Wingless official. So probably that's the right places to find us on the web.
What will people find if they go to your YouTube page? What kind of videos do you have there? Is it the singles, or do you have like live videos and things like that?
We had We have on the YouTube channel our singles, and of course, in the past we put it the video for Nyctophilia. So it's one of the it is one of the song from the previous album. It's a regular and official video clip. You can check it out. And we have one video from our concert in Warsaw. So that's the whole stuff.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to say?
What can I say? I want to thank you for your time, for support for Wingless. So support death metal, support good music, support doom metal. That's it. Thank you very much.
Should we tell people that this is the second time we're doing this interview?
I hope so.
Well, I will say this. I love Polish bands, and I also am a big Vader fan, and Black to the Blind and De Profundis and all those early Polish death metal albums were a big influence on me. And so I try to have a lot of Polish bands on the podcast, and it's not easy to do an interview in a second language, and so I really appreciate when somebody like Greg comes on and takes the time to do an interview in English, because it's challenging. It's not so easy, but I really appreciate you taking the time to speak to me.
Yes, I think it was not so bad, and I hope your listeners say the same.
Thanks so much, Greg.
Thank you very much.